technique for recording live bands is a little bit strange, but I am utilizing a bunch of dudes playing in one room with amps in there. There's no kind of assembly line recording. This is capturing a real guitar, a real bass, and real drums, no samples. It sounds raw, and nowadays could sound foreign to you because everybody's sound in places, but this is real engineering, real mics. I am lucky to have a few mics that I usually wouldn't have in my arsenal, and I thought I would use them. One of the first ones is the Myburgh M1. Andrew Myburgh was nice enough to let me use one here. I don't own it. It's not mine. It's a very expensive mic. It's one of those mics where you really make a commitment. If you're going to buy one, you are serious about recording, and you are going to weep a little bit, but somehow be happy. But the overhead was amazing because it was like a laser beam right above the drum set. Even though I had amps in the room blasting as loud as they wanted to be, the mic really gave a nice image of the drum set. The next mic up I have is a Mojave MA 37 mic. That is a copy of a Sony C37, but we got to use it here. Hopefully you can hear it. I do love it. I think it smokes the real Sony C37, which costs double the price. I will say that the Mojave MA37 may have been one of the newest mics that makes me very happy. The same with the Myburgh M1 and the Mojave are all brand new mics of this era, and they are just incredible, and that makes me really happy that I don't need to go out and find a vintage mic. So here it is. This is the Slashes from San Diego. It's a live performance. They're all playing in the room together. It's crazy. Alright, so that's them all playing at one time. Here are the drums soloed. That's the Myburgh. So that's the Myburgh solo by itself. It's kind of just giving me a picture of the drum set, but the amps are a little bit in it, but not what you would think on how loud these guys are playing. Heiserman. That's a Beyer 380. Now one thing, if you're really precious, you're like, oh my god, there's guitars and bass in there. That's exactly the point. Santana to Back in Black to Iron Maiden. When they recorded those records, man, they were amps around fire that are bleeding out of rooms into drum sets. I'm just kind of bringing it into one room, and I'm actually trying to make it work for me. So, once again, this is not wrong or right, but this is definitely the glue for rock and roll. What you want is you don't want to have the drums and the guitars, and you don't want to have the drums and the bass. So that's what's going on here. That's the bass amp. This is the DI. No drums in those, great, but here are the drums and they have everything in them, but it's sweet. guitars, these are both running through a vintage 1178. One was a Roland Jazz Chorus, the other one was a Supra. This is the Supra right here. That had a Beyer 201. Now this has a Jazz Chorus with an SM7. Both. To let you know what I use on the guitar so there's no smoke and mirrors here. 1176, just a standard wave, not really doing anything, barely moving. The identical one on the other guitar, barely moving, doing a little. My little secret weapon is a de-esser, kind of takes the edge off. So this is with the de-esser on, and then I'll play it with it off. Now, you may think that, wow, that's a lot, but I used to work in analog tape, and I feel like the de-essers are kind of, they take off the certain frequencies, like if you're running on a tape machine. And this is just my own ears and my own opinion about it. So make the guitars a little bit darker, a little bit more, just melted a little bit. So check them out. Now, that thing that you're hearing when they get really wide is a little trick I do, which you can do. I'm running them out of an auxiliary, going into this channel, and this channel I'm strapping on just a time delay, and I'm just moving it around until I like the way it sounds. So this is where I call it a split. I'm just basically doing something an SPX 90 would have done. So the important thing about when I set this tracking session up was picking a good mic, getting the amps to sound right. If you notice, there's no EQ, there's nothing fancy on it. It's guitar sound, except, yeah, I am using an expensive retro compressor 1178, but that's something I've earned and I've worked for, and I really love it, and it does help me. So I could have used another plugin, maybe done something different. You don't need to have something like hardware. But for me, I want to make sure when I capture it, it's really badass. Here's the guitars again. Heiserman. Beyer. Snare. 57. Toms. So those toms are ATH 230s. They're discontinued. If you can find a drum pack, they are stealthy and wonderful. You probably get them for like $250. Now here's the hi-hat. I love this hi-hat. It's a 60s AKG 224E Beetle era. Oh my god. That's the best thing ever. Here's the overhead. Rooms. Listen how dark those are. That's really dark. But it works good with the cymbals. Overhead would be really bright. this band, the Slashes, are some friends of mine. I've known them for a while, and I'm super pumped on this record I'm making with them. This is them playing live. One thing which when they recorded in the past, was capturing that magic. The way my philosophy and the way they're doing it now, which are tracking it live instantaneously. It's a three-piece band, so the singer, guitar, and player knows really quick that's the track, and that is in some ways the secret. Like I said, on the master fader, nothing fancy. This is just a Fairchild, a normal Fairchild, so you can hear that and see that move. Alright, so that's kind of it. There's no special thing I'm doing behind the scenes. This is just a raw band, raw mics up. I have a Pro Tools rig. You can see there's nothing hidden. The most complicated setup is maybe the DI, but that's something I've always done. And I know if you look at that, you're probably saying that's backwards, Manny. And I would say just go ahead and call the recording police. I don't care. But I have some standard waves on the guitars. De-esser is the only little special thing, and I am cutting around, what am I doing on this one? About 3,500. So that's it. Time delays on the rooms to give it that little bit of Albini-esque slapback. The drums are all being bussed into an API 2500. So this is live tracking Raw Dog. Man, thank you, Slashes, for letting me showcase your band. Making a little video for you. That's what's going on right there. Take care of yourself. Stay tuned. I got some cool stuff coming up. Thank you so much.